How did I realize that I'm gender fluid? Honestly, I noticed that my sense of self kept shifting and changing, and my connection to different words, my comfort level with different words kept changing. So, for example, some days I would be totally okay with being referred to as a woman or people using she, her pronouns for me, and then other days it would feel like the worst feeling in the universe. And I couldn't understand at first why it felt okay some days and then didn't feel okay other days, and same went for they, them pronouns, other kind of labels and identifiers. It all would shift and change. And it was really confusing. I did not understand what was happening until I came upon the word gender fluid on social media, and I realized, wait a second, gender can shift and change, it can be fluid, and this entire time, perhaps that's what I was experiencing. And as soon as I kind of put it all together and said, wait, am I gender fluid? It all clicked, and it felt so right, and I knew this is exactly who I am.
I don't know what any of that means, but it sounds fucking retarded.
So that young lady we just heard from in the first clip should be all the proof in the world people need to see that kids should not be alone, unsupervised on the interwebs. I mean, she's an adult and she still got infected with the woke mind virus, so there's that. Anyway, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So I have a fairly quick and fairly crazy clown world update for you guys today, and as usual, we have absolutely no time to waste, so let's get into it. Now, if you place your attention on the screen for a moment. So this pink-haired fella is Jenny. Now, Jenny is a biological man that identifies as a trans woman and calls himself a transbian or trans lesbian. Now, I gotta give Jenny some credit here for putting in the extra effort of getting rid of the whiskers and stubble and such, as you can see by the massive razor burn on his upper lip. Now, that's more than I can say for people like Jeffrey Marsh and some of these other trans women we see here on the channel. People like Jeffrey come out with a big, thick 5 o'clock shadow and say, oh, I'm a trans woman. So props to Jenny for going the extra mile and donning woman face, I guess.
What the f*** is wrong with you?
Let's keep this party rolling with this fella who is yelling and screaming and frothing at the mouth about locking someone up. Now, he doesn't mention any names in this clip, but I dug a little deeper and looked at some of his other videos, and of course he's talking about the evil orange man, Donald Trump. Roll it.
I ask you guys one fucking question. Just one question, and I'll be done with this, because I gotta go to work in fucking 40 minutes. How angry does America have to get to fucking lock this motherfucker up? Huh?
I don't know what we're yelling about!
I'm fucking over it, man. Enraged!
Loud noises!
Does any other fucking American feel this way? God damn it, I'm fucking angry.
He's an angry elf.
Well, sir, now that you mention it, we are angry. In fact, we the people are pissed off. But I don't think it's for the same reasons you are. I think most of us here are angry about the current state of affairs and the establishment calling the shots now. But I guess this t-shirt would work for him and us, so if you want to grab your own We the People Are Pissed Off t-shirt, I will put a link to that in the description box below. I also have some other very cool designs you can check out as well.
Yes! That's awesome!
So this next clip is fairly interesting, and I don't know whether to laugh or feel bad for this young lady, but she is definitely eating a big old piece of humble pie here. Maybe it's just the universe doling out karma. Now, for those of you thinking, hey, she looks familiar. Yes, she does. This is the lovely young lady that was calling white people milk crickets. And here's a quick recap of that in case you missed it.
Hi, fellow white people. Black History Month is tomorrow. Let's not do anything to ruin it this year. Okay, my fellow milk crickets? We're gonna be good this year. Yes, we are. And if we are, maybe you'll get a prize. But you have to be good. You can't ruin Black History Month this year. Okay? Thank you, my babies. Bye.
A few moments later.
Good morning. I need you to stick with me for the next minute. I have an urgent mutual aid request. My mutual aid request is for $282.80. Let me break that down for y'all. This is how much we owed in rent this month, $1,992.80. This is how much we were able to come up with, $1,860. We are short on rent this month, $132.80. The additional $150 that I'm asking for is to put groceries in our refrigerator and cabinets, and also to make sure that I can take care of my kitten who needs litter and wet food, and also needs a new litter box and a new scooper because I got her Dollar Tree ones and they're not holding up the way that I thought they would. I recognize that in the past I have asked for help, and I am very, very grateful for those who have helped me, and I am grateful now also to those who can help me get this help. If you can, please donate to my Venmo or Cash App. Those are my alter ego names. That's why you're not going to find me under my real name. And then I also have Apple Pay, which is right here. If you can't donate, that's okay. Please share, please boost, press all the buttons on the side so that we can get to this $282 goal. I will be posting screenshots and proof of payment as always. Thank you again. I appreciate you.
What the hell did you just say?
We are short on rent this month, $132.80.
Nobody cares! Nobody cares! Nobody cares, nobody cares, nobody cares. Nobody cares, nobody cares, nobody cares. Nobody cares, nobody cares, nobody cares, nobody freaking cares.
Now listen, I am not a heartless a-hole, and I genuinely feel bad for that young lady because a lot of people are really struggling right now. But I guarantee she votes for the policies and the people that are not just destroying our economy, but destroying our country as a whole. And she demonized a whole group of people based on immutable characteristics. You reap what you sow. Anyway, next up, so this fella says that houses with American flags feel racist. Really? Roll it.
Things that feel racist. Houses that fly American flags. What are we proud of right now, guys? Who are you trying to prove you're more American than? And what does that mean to you? It's us. I don't trust. I'm gonna say I shave my black ass away. They say not today.
What did you say? What the f did you just say?
Things that feel racist. Houses that fly American flags. What are we proud of right now, guys?
No offense, but you are a stupid asshole.
All right, next up we have these two individuals who are both biological women that identify as trans men, and they do this podcast called HRT-TEA. So instead of HRT, hormone replacement therapy, it's HRT like a cup of tea. It's their cute little play on words for their cute little podcast where they get every fucking thing they say wrong. Roll it.
How many times do we have to sit here and say to your face that puberty blockers are reversible and nobody is nobody is trying to put your kid under the knife, bro, at 6 years old. At 6 years old, you're not even going through puberty. You could just let that kid live as whatever gender they want to be. Once it's time to go through puberty, all you got to do is give them a puberty blocker. And
it helps so much later down the road because they will pass
exactly.
So well.
And then guess what? No need for top surgery. No need for any of that stuff if they don't want it. Or if they're not going to need it.
You know, it's amazing. You are 100% wrong. I mean, nothing you've said has been right.
Hey, real quick, before we go any further, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to let this loop on the screen. What are you doing? That's not a good look. Put a jersey on or something. Whatever. Anyway, today's video is being brought to us by our great friend Coda320. Coda320 once again, and as always, sir, thank you so much for your kindness, generosity, and support. Let me give you guys an analogy to show you just how much support Coda320 has shown the channel. If this channel were a hospital, Coda320 would have his own wing. Like the local hospital where I live, there's a Barbara Bush wing of the hospital. Well, like I said, if this channel were a hospital, there'd be the Coda320 wing of the hospital. So, Coda320, thank you so much for sponsoring today's video, and thank you for keeping my faith in humanity alive. So once again, today's video sponsor is our great friend Coda320. Now, if you'd like to sponsor the next video and help support the channel, there is a PayPal link in the description box below, and I will say your full name as a sponsor of said video unless stated otherwise by you. Get this off the screen, please. Ugh.
Oh my God, look at that whale.
Next up, we have this individual who is a biological man that identifies as a trans woman, and he's going to tell us all about his bladder issues. Huh. Seems normal. Roll it.
This might be TMI, but I need to pee constantly. The thing is, it wasn't always like this. Before I started my transition, I could hold it in forever. Like, my bladder was an ocean and I contained multitudes, baby. Somewhere in the last 2 or 3 years, I went from like an ocean to a swimming pool, like a kiddie pool. Maybe there's a scientific reason for it. Maybe it's just because my body's a lot more sensitive at this point in my life, shocker. I think it's probably all of the above. But this brings me to my next question. Is the phrase go piss girl called go piss girl and not go piss boy because girls, women, chemically, physiologically, psychologically, I don't know, are more likely to have to pee than men? Like, being so for real, I am genuinely asking because normally I try to make sure my TikToks are like fairly well researched, but this time I went in raw. I have no idea why I have to pee all the time, but I do. And now you know too. Good night.
Are you mental?
Alright guys, we're going to be wrapping it up with this clip, and one thing that was a little bit shocking this past week when O.J. Simpson passed away was the amount of black pundits who came out on CNN and MSNBC and actually justified what O.J. did because it was 2 white people that were the victims, and they were actually happy he got away with it, as you will hear from this lady here with the drive-in movie theater forehead. Anyway, things are clearly getting very crazy out there, guys, so please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Till next time, love you guys. Peace. Roll it.
And it's also just worth noting how much was impacted by this trial, Jake. So many things happened. We saw policing changing here in the city. And it's also worth noting because of that unrest, that racial unrest in the 90s, that is why so many people who may not have been invested in O.J. Simpson were just happy to see that someone who was rich and famous and black could get away with what other people did in the system as well, too.
What did you say?
We're just happy to see that someone who was rich and famous and black could get away with what other people did in the system as well, too.
What the hell is wrong with you people?
And you ain't black.